3 salary negotiation tips you need to know in 2024. So first of all, let's remember that the job search market has completely changed. It is now an employer's market. They have a lot of options in front of them. They're being very strategic and picky in who they hire, and they're being super budget conscious. They want the best bang for their buck. They want the greatest return on investment. And for a lot of these companies, they've been given a set salary or bonus structure or whatever it is comp-wise that they can do, and they're being told not to exceed. It is what it is, right? So with that in mind, first tip, if they have it publicly listed what the salary range is on the job description, please understand they're not even going to entertain talking to anybody that doesn't agree to that. So if your, walkaway rate, which is by definition the least amount of money you could accept without having to still look for another job, is not in that range, it is not worth your time to apply through the typical channel. So that main pathway, which would be to apply online, is not going to work for you. And I'll come back to that if you stay to the end. I'll give you a tip on that. So number one is, if they post a range, you better be in that range or don't bother applying. Okay. Second tip I want to tell you is that in the interview process is going to be the most critical place where you make sure that you get the highest amount of money. And you're going to have to do that through evidence-based answering. So evidence-based answering is when you provide very clear and concrete examples of how you achieved the results that you got that shows that you can do the job, okay? You can't just say that you've got the experience and give hypotheticals. In this market, you've got to provide the evidence with storytelling. We call it the experience plus learn equals grow model at my company, Work It Daily, because it's a framework for making sure that you answer that correctly. Once you do that subliminally, you are proving to them over and over again in that interview process that you have the value that they need. And I talk about UVA, unique value add, all the time with you. It is so important that you do that through this kind of evidence-based answering, okay? Now, the third tip that I'm going to give you is that when it's time to negotiate that salary, when you get the offer, you are going to want to have a table ready to go. And in that table, you're going to list in the first column all of the things that are required to do this job. So go back to the original job description, but also add in anything else they told you through the interview process that is a requirement to do this job. Okay? On the second side of the table, match your experience up to it. So if they said you need 5 years of experience with this and you have 7, put in 7. If they said you need to be able to do this type of project and you've done it 20 times, say you've done that 20 times. So you're going to match yourself and you need to be 100% match. Then you're going to go back through, and any place where you exceed the basic requirement they asked for, you highlight it in green. This becomes the document that you are going to use to negotiate the higher pay or to get the highest level that you want. So that if you get the offer and it's not where you wanted it, you can go back to them and very calmly say, I'm really honored and excited to get this job with you. However, I was hoping or expecting X. You can choose. Use the language that feels best to you and say, I put together this table because this shows that I not only meet all your expectations, but in green, you can see where I exceed them. I truly believe I'm going to give you the best return on your investment if you pay me X. And I would love it if you would consider that, because it would give me the confidence that you believe in me, and I will make sure I am worth every penny, right? So you're going to have to be ready with that evidence as well to further document and get that money, because guess what? They're going to have to run it up the tree somewhere. So when you give them a document, they've now got the evidence to share as well. These 3 tips are going to help you maximize your salary negotiation in this current job market. And all I can say is that spending the time thinking about this and planning it out is going to make all the difference for you. You don't want to just kind of wing this. This is something that you need to be strategically thinking about, which leads to the bonus tip I told you if you made it this far. If you see a job right now and you are not within the range, but you know you could do this job and want more money, that channel does not work for you. You need to back channel. You need to find a different path. And that path is getting to a recruiter or a hiring manager with a question and a story. So the question is, hey, can we connect? So you personalize a connection request, for example, on LinkedIn, and say, can we connect? I have a quick question and a story. When they accept, you then ask the question, are they considering people outside of the salary range? Because here's a story of why you're obsessed with their company and you know them and you get them and you think what they're doing is amazing, right? Your connection story, if you follow me here, is where you take your UVA, your unique value add, and you tie it to what is so powerful about that company that you know through your own life experience, what they do is important, valuable, whatever. Okay, that connection story with your UVA is what's getting my clients job interviews after getting rejected online. Not kidding you. Because that pathway is too crowded and it's too specific. Like I said, if you don't fit it, they don't consider you. But back channeling, using an alternative path with that connection story and your UVA proactively is doing wonders right now, because it shows you have skin in the game and that you understand them. And that can be the door opener to saying, okay, we might consider somebody for a little bit more money. And I'm seeing it every single day. So I hope that makes sense. I know that was a lot to digest. Watch this again, take notes. Do not sleep on salary negotiation in 2024. The more you prepare for this, the better off you're going to be, okay? And of course, if you want help with it, you know where to find me. Check it out. Links in my bio. Good luck. Go get them.